All right, good morning, everybody. It's your boy Akeem, and welcome to this vlog. Here to give you a preview of the Minnesota Gophers for the 2017 college football season. Last year, the Golden Gophers actually had a great season, going 9-4 overall, actually capping off their season with a Holiday Bowl win, 17-12 over the Washington State Cougars. Now, this season they have a brand new coaching staff, head by new head coach in PJ Fleck. He's actually coming from Western Michigan. He actually did a great job as the Broncos head coach, leading the team to a Cotton Bowl appearance last season, in which they didn't lose too badly to the Wisconsin Badgers. I believe it was 24-16. It was still a great game. Now it's time to talk about this team. Last season they were led by quarterback Mitch Leidner, and he's no longer with the team, so there's going to be some competition between redshirt senior Kanye Ruda and Denny Croft. He's a redshirt sophomore. I think that Croft has a chance of being the starting quarterback at the opening day, but it most likely could be Ruda, just because he has the seniority. Now, I was looking at the running back position. They actually had the return of Rodney Smith, who was fourth in the Big Ten with 1,158 yards on the ground and 16 touchdowns. Shows that he's a great goal line threat. Now, at the tight end position, I am looking at Nate Wozniak. I think he could be a good combination of blocking and catching, but we will see. And as far as the receiving core, Drew Welatarski is actually no longer with the team. He has spent his 4 years for the Gophers, so it looks like Eric Carter and Rashad Still is going to have to step it up as far as the receiving core. Now, if you take a look at the offensive line, they're led by right tackle and senior Garrison Wright, and they also have guard Vincent Calhoun. That shows that they have actually good experience in the offensive line. But I am looking at redshirt freshman and Connor Olsen. I think he has a good opportunity, and they did pick up a pretty decent recruit at the offensive tackle position in Blaze Andrus. He's actually a 4-star recruit according to many like Rivals.com and many other scouting reports. Now, if you take a look at the defense, I think they had a pretty good, respectable defense last year, and they do have some key players returning. Starting the defensive line in Steven Richardson, who actually registered 6 sacks last season. If you take a look at the linebacker position, I am looking at Jonathan Celestin. He is a senior, and he will be that leader of the defensive unit. And I do like the story of Blake Cashman, who had 7.5 sacks last season, in which he actually earned a scholarship because of his play last season. He had 45 tackles as well, so he could be used more as a pass rushing edge outside linebacker. If you take a look at the receiving core, there is one name that sounds very familiar, and that's Antoine Smith Jr. He is the son of Antoine Smith, former Pro Bowl player in the NFL. And I am looking at redshirt freshman and Keandre Thomas. They did lose just about most of their players in the secondary, but they do have the return of Winfield, and I do have high hopes in Keandre Thomas. I think he could have a pretty decent season, might have the opportunity and show his he has the opportunity to showcase his skills, and I think he could develop himself and become a decent player for the Gophers in years to come. Now, if you take a look at their schedule for the first 7 games, in my opinion, I think they have a great chance of winning all 7 games to start off their season. Actually, the first couple of games is against Buffalo, September 9th at Oregon State, and then Middle Tennessee. They get their first Big Ten play on September 30th against Maryland, in which they host. It doesn't get tough until the second half of the season after the first 7 games. Starting on October 28th, the game is going to be at Iowa. That's a tough team. November the 4th, it's going to be at Michigan. Even though Michigan has lost a lot of their key players, they still have some good players. They still have great recruits to recover for this upcoming season. So that could still be a tough game for the Minnesota Gophers. November the 11th is going to be hosting. They're going to be hosting Nebraska. That will be a good game. November the 18th at Northwestern, and running back Justin Jackson. They need to look out for him. And then wrapping up their seasons on the 25th, their arch rival in Wisconsin for Paul Bunyan's Axe. Now, this is going to be probably one of the biggest games of the season in the Big Ten West Division. I think the race is really between Iowa, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, but I'm actually layering it down closer to Wisconsin and Iowa, no disrespect for Minnesota. I think that second half is going to be pretty tough, and I do see them having at least 2 losses in that second half of games. So with this being said, I still think they're going to have a 9-win season this upcoming year. I have them going 9-3 overall. and try to get a 10-win season in the bowl matchup, but I don't think they're going to represent the West Division for the Big Ten championship. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys will be later on today. I will try to give you a couple more blogs in the Big Ten Conference. Thank you for watching this vlog. I'm your man, Keem McCall. Be easy.